plenty, you know. All right, welcome back to Sunrise Daily. Yes, we'll be talking about Ebonyi politics, and as you've seen on that welcoming slide, Anne Agomeze joins us this morning. Good morning. Thank you for coming on today.
Thank you very much, Chamberlain.
You know, there's lots of back and forth. So how do we describe you now? Are you Ebonyi South Senatorial candidate for the party, or you say, yes, you vied for it, that is clear. What is the current situation at the moment?
As far as I'm concerned, I am the candidate.
Oh.
Because the judgment of 22nd of June, thereabouts, proclaimed me the candidate. So for me, I am the candidate.
But you know that.
South Senatorial Zone. But though the case is a court, it's still ongoing, but I'm the candidate.
Okay, but ever since that decision, that primary, you know that part of the argument they put out there is that the party, after the resignation of the person who won, actually have the right to conduct fresh primaries upon resignation, and the party deems it necessary, and the relevant notices have been sent to INEC and the lot. They can go ahead. Are you considering factoring that in as well?
Well, I don't know about that, because looking at the 2022 electoral law, I don't think that makes it very possible, because the electoral law provides that you're on your lane. You can't finish one and go to the other. And as far as I'm concerned, and as far as INEC is concerned, the primary of that 28th of May is the authentic primaries. So, and if what you're saying we are to go by it, INEC didn't recognize that primary. So I don't know.
So when you say that you believe that you are the candidate of the senatorial candidate for Ebonyi South Senatorial District, how would you say you emerged, given the fact that in the first primary that was conducted, you acknowledged as much that you came second?
That's correct.
But much later, the candidate who came first withdrew from the race. How did you then emerge?
As a result of his withdrawal, because we're only 2 people in the class. And when one person says, oh, I'm no longer part of it, whoever that is left behind remains the only candidate.
This is regardless of whatever it is that your party has to say about it?
Well, I'm looking at the electoral law.
Okay, so let's look at that part of the Electoral Act which you seem to be quoting. I believe that's section 115, is that correct? Where it says a person who signs a nomination paper or result form as a candidate in more than one constituency at the same election commits an offense and is liable on conviction to a maximum term of imprisonment for 2 years. Is that the part you're referring to?
The part is there, section 115. You know, because once you vie for one position, you need to maintain your lane. And in the same electoral season, you can't vie for 2 different things.
That's what you're canvassing in court?
Yes.
But if you look at section 31 of the Electoral Act concerning withdrawal of candidates, where it says, quote, a candidate may withdraw his candidature by notice in writing signed by him and delivered personally by the candidate to the political party that nominated him, I keep saying him here, okay, nominated him for the election, and the political party shall convey such withdrawal to the commission not later than 90 days to the election. And then if you move a little further to 33, which speaks about political party changing candidates. It says a political party shall not be allowed to change or substitute its candidates whose name has been submitted under section 29 of this act, except in the case of death or withdrawal by the candidate, provided that in the case of such withdrawal or death of a candidate, the political party affected shall, within 14 days of the occurrence of the event, hold a fresh primary, operative word, fresh primary election to produce and submit a fresh candidate to the commission for the election concerned. Now, the party is claiming that we're within our rights to conduct a fresh primary.
Like I said, this case is a court. There are certain things I may not be able, because I'm not a lawyer, so I won't be able to comment so deeply about it. But all I do know is that the 2022 electoral law provides that if you're going for presidential, you maintain a lane. Because I believe when they did all that was to avoid all these controversies of finishing one and going for another one. Like, I mean, when my governor went for the presidential, he said he was, what did he use? That he has, that it was his destiny to be the president of this country. And now he also said that it is his destiny to be the senatorial candidate. You would not want to be president, and at the same time you want to be the senatorial candidate. No. You know, like you rightly said, the brother won the election, so why didn't you allow the brother to go? These are very big questions.
Okay,
so why are we in this kind of, issues? So because the brother had relinquished his position, and I'm the only one left.
Now, how is it working within your party now? Because initially, you withdrew from you lost out in the first primary that was conducted. But now there are rumors that you have been expelled from the party. Is that correct?
That's not correct, because you and I know that you don't expel someone or suspend someone from a party without first and foremost letting the person know the offenses that the person has committed. I believe such offenses is supposed to have come in writing, letting me know you have committed A, B, C, D, or thereabouts, and then I should be able to respond. It is a consequence upon my response that I will be invited by a committee to look at those issues before a decision is taken. And also knowing that when they started this issue of suspension, it was not like a kangaroo. They went to my ward, you know, consult them, and those ones said, no, she has done nothing. She has been the one supporting the ward, so why do you want her suspended? And they went ahead to tell them that, that the lawyer has also served them because that the case is in court, that everybody should be calm. We all belong to APC, that when the decision is taken, that they will take it from there. But they will not act based on, they will not act because they have an order telling them not to do anything. No, they wouldn't stop. They had to invite them to Abakaliki, kept them in house arrest, trying to force them to do what they didn't want to do. Those ones had to even issue a statement as the ward, you know. That wasn't enough. They went back home, they said, the next day they called them to Abakaliki again. These people have been back and forth, back and forth. And when they called them back and they said, oh, you must do this, it was at that point, according to my chairman, they were now telling them, oh, I did this, I did that. And those ones now said, okay, put them in writing so that we'll be able to call her to find out what she has done. And according to them, they set up a 7-man committee. This was happening until on a Thursday. By Friday, they came back and said they should go to local government. It was at that local government area that they tried to make the chairman to sign, and he got information that he was going to be attacked if he doesn't sign it. So the man quickly left. Till today, we don't even know where he is, but I know he's operating from somewhere. And there's lots of which, when they went to Afikpo, and they now, which is the headquarters of our senatorial zone, they now had an affirmation and said, I have been expelled. Let me tell you the other funny side of it. After the announcement, the next day, I was called, that they announced that I should call for disciplinary action. One now wonders, you say you expelled me, and you're calling me again for disciplinary action. At the radio, I have a house in Abakaliki. Nobody communicated me in any form. So
you don't have any official correspondence about this matter?
Nothing till today as I speak, apart from what we are reading on the newspapers and the video they made.
Well, what can you tell us about, there's this letter that was in circulation, which says
I don't know about it.
Which one is that?
Well, it's been circulating. I don't know about it. Whatever letter they are circulating.
Which one?
I don't know. You can go ahead.
Because it looks as if you know the letter of Perjury.
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. Because
yes.
It's actually a letter of withdrawal.
No, I didn't.
Your withdrawal.
I didn't.
And it says it's your signature. It has a stamp of the political party. It has different stamps all over it saying this was you voluntarily withdrawing. And that's what on the screen at the moment.
That's not correct.
You didn't sign this letter?
I didn't sign it.
Because they said that you lied on the oath in court, and so that was not correct, that you actually
it is
withdrew.
the court to prove it. I didn't lie. I didn't sign it. I didn't sign it.
So this letter...
Because I don't know where they got that from.
And that's not your signature at all?
No, that's not my signature.
So as it stands now, since you're trying to see how all of this will be sorted, because we can't go into so much details of this matter, so for you, it is up until this matter is determined, you are maintaining that no matter what happens, that decision which you're waiting in the Court of Appeal will set the stage for what happens next.
That's correct, because we're already in court.
But how have you been reacting and coping with all of this at the moment? Yeah, even though the second letter, yeah, the same thing.
It hasn't been easy. It's been very bumpy. And being a woman, trying to insist on the tickets, you know, since 2018, I've been on this journey. I contested in 2018 for the senatorial seat, and I came back again in 2022, and the party in their magnanimity trying to make sure that women are included in the legislation. They gave us free nomination form, we paid for expression of interest. So the journey has been very tough. Even going from the moment I bought that nomination form, it hasn't been easy for me. They never wanted me to submit it. During the screening, they tried to make sure that I'm screened out. And all that and all that. And even for me to go for the primaries, I keep saying it, the Commissioner of Police is there who will be a witness. They took me there and brought me back to my house because there were lots of drums of war. And I made up my mind, no matter what. I mean, we can't be in politics and be running away. They keep throwing stones, throwing all sorts of things on women, and that's why our numbers are dwindling by the day. And the only way is for us to stand on our feet. Whatever happens, I'm a retired permanent secretary. So what else am I looking for? I will continue to fight because we need to help the women out there. We need to help ourselves. We need to tell the world that, you know, we are also important. We can make our contributions. So if we continue to be afraid, then we can't get it right.
Now, when this matter, the court case, the first one came through, there was a lot of uncertainty as to what exactly is the current situation, because there was the judgment, which many saw, and in that particular judgment, where the court was saying that they had affirmed the governor as the candidate and that he has a right to contest. That's one of the ones that was seen. But then there were some persons saying, well, the text of that, what was read in court, appears to have been different from what, so it was confusing from both lawyers. Which one of them are you appealing?
It's not confusing. We start from the beginning. Even your channels carried it when the announcement was done. It was jubilation everywhere. Women are happy to get one person being included. So they are happy. People were laughing. People were rejoicing. The judgment that was delivered in court was carried by several newspapers, including your channels, you know. But surprisingly, by the following morning, the lawyer went to collect the CTC. The judgment had differed from what was read in the courts. What we are appealing in the courts is the parts we are not comfortable with. Now admitting other people into this particular matter and asking them to contest. Court cannot give you what you don't ask them for.
So how does that work? I mean, I know you must have been speaking with your lawyer. If there are two texts, a different one read in court, a different one is the one that is circulated, isn't it the one that is circulated that they will say is a valid one?
Well, the signed one.
This one that is already circulating.
Well, two of them circulated. So two of them circulated, but the CTC is the one that actually has the judge's signature on it. So which makes it, so to say, authentic.
Okay, because we see some persons including.
Yes.
All right, let's get to Lagos. Our colleagues have got some questions for you as well.
Yes, Mrs. Eze, good morning. Good to have you on the program. I just want us to take a second look at some of the letters, purported letter of withdrawal in circulation. You have denied it, but there's a second one. I wonder if it can be played on the screen again, it carries your name, Princess Anne Nwanyibife Agom Eze. Your address, number 3 Pontius Ibogu Street, Abakaliki, Ebonyi State, and your telephone number. Please confirm that these details are yours. And afterwards, I'd like you to speak to the allegations of perjury and anti-party activities leveled against you for which you were suspended. So are these details yours?
Well, the documents you presented, I mean, we are Ebonyans. Everybody knows me. Like I said, I am a retired permanent secretary. So everybody has my details. So if you look at my form is cancelled at the back of it because I didn't swear not to it, you know. So if I knew this was, I would have come with my certified copy when I submitted it. So what is showing is not me. It's not me.
This is not your address?
That's my address. I said I'm known by everyone.
What about...
So getting my address and getting my phone number is not an issue.
What about the allegations of anti-party activity and perjury?
Well, I don't know what they talk about, what they're talking about perjury. It is not their duty to talk about perjury. Everything, whatever thing they have, we are in court. We are in court. They are not lawyers, they are not policemen to talk about perjury. And then what constitutes perjury?
Well, Madam, I read a report ascribed to one of the members of your party who is reported to be a factional chairman of, APC in Ebonyi State. And he was saying that, he was called a factional chairman in that report. He was saying that, look, there are two major factions in the APC, and that is the root of all of this problem. That there was a faction, the original faction, under, as old as under, Dr. Obunaya Onu. And then there is a new one that came with the governor of Ebonyi State, Engineer Dave Umahi, and that the new bloc and the old bloc are the reasons. In fact, he said it was when the new bloc came that all of this unsettlement started in the party, and which has led to this and a number of other issues like that. Is that something you can confirm?
To a great extent, since the governor came to move to APC in November 2020, he came in with his commissioners, he came in with the local government chairman, and these are the people he has been working with all this period. He never took cognizance of the fact that they were old members in the party. Even if you look at the constitution of the people going for one position or the other, they are all APC, the new APC, people he came in with. So the issue of not carrying the old members along has been a big problem. Part of what I'm suffering also is the fact that I have been in APC. So once you've been an old APC, the government doesn't have anything to do with you. The only person they brought in on arrival was our party chairman. That was the only person. So it's been constituting a lot of problems, and as it is now, I seem to be the only one with the Chief Elias Mbam of the old APC that is vying for something at the moment. And so, because we are not being accommodated, it's causing a lot of friction.
Chamberlain.
Yeah.
I do not know if I was done as well.
I was
a little silent. But let me ask you, ma'am, because this matter is still in court.
Yep.
Your party, there are claims that your party says it has expelled you. You say it runs to, it's quite the contrary. You say that there has been pressure on your ward, which is where an expulsion actually happens, and members in your ward have strongly refused. But that doesn't remove the sentiment that perhaps the generality of the party might feel in your state. You're up against a very big opponent. The current governor of your state is no small fry.
No, he's not.
So I'm wondering, you know, if eventually this sails through and it is in your favor in the courts, how do you hope to be able to buy the support of the rest of the members of your party to be able to actualize your ambition? Because you're going to need their support, aren't you?
Definitely. My ward chairman issued a press release saying that I am not suspended. And when that happened, it threw the government into confusion. So the next thing they did was to reconvene the other executive from the ward, who now came, and at that moment, they said, oh, the ward chairman is hereby suspended also. This is an elected person. You don't just suspend people by word of mouth. But the man has, because there is no suspension that happens in that manner. As far as I'm concerned, my ward chairman has put up a press release that I'm not suspended. However, this is party matter. After the rains, everything will calm down. The election will be done peacefully. So if by the time I'm given the mandate, the party will definitely support me.
You're very confident that you get the mandate.
Oh, yeah, I am. Because I'm the authentic candidate.
Yeah. Where is the national leadership of the party in all of this? Have they reached out? Any communication from them about the matter?
No. From the grapevine, they are saying the case is in court until the determination because they were duly served.
Have there been any submission of names? Because I also know that there's a portal which INEC empowers the national chairman of parties to be able to fill. Have they put any names for Ebonyi South and Senatorial
As of yesterday, none. I don't know about today. As of yesterday, none, because I equally hear that INEC is equally waiting for the outcome of the judgments from the appeal court.
So what about before it got to this court stage? Did the national leadership of the party reach out at any time?
No.
Wow.
So you... Well, it's like, you know, it's the governor that went to court.
Then you applied?
I just applied to join, yes. So everything kind of worked so speedily, and I want to believe you didn't give the party opportunity to come into it, because just within a week, you know, the judgment was given. And then everybody's staying back to watch what the court has to offer.
All right. We'll look forward and hope that all of this is resolved, and then everybody moves on. But we have to thank you.
Let me also say something. I want to thank Nigerians. I want to thank the women. They've been so supportive. And, you know, there's been this thing circulating about me saying, oh, arrest her wherever you see her. How can the governor say that? The governor is supposed to protect his citizens. The governor swore an oath to keep us safe. Why would he say I should be arrested?
Is there a video of him saying that?
Oh, it's all over the newspapers. You know, whoever they said is his agent. So whatever they say is attributed to him. And then because they say I should be arrested, I say it wherever I go to, that I have it also in authority. I know somebody asked me, how do you prove it? I said, the only way to prove is if I'm dead. That's the only way people will believe what I'm saying. And I don't want to die. I want to be alive as a woman, to be the senatorial candidate, to be able to represent my people like never before. And that if anything happens to me, my family, my children, my governor, Dave Omahi, and the party chairman, who has decided not to be an unbiased umpire, should be held responsible.
So with these fears now, do you feel safe enough to be able to go back to Ebonyi?
I will when the judgment is given, because everybody will fall in line. And the women, 276 women, they have come up to condemn the harassment, all the issues concerning, they've been throwing stones. They are not saying whether Anne is right or not, but they are saying, you don't talk about her in that manner. You don't push her out. You don't make her run inside, because it's as good as telling me you don't come out. It's intimidation, and I refuse to be intimidated.
But I'm sure you understand why those persons who are asking you to prove it Because if they cannot independently verify...
So you want me there, Chamberlain?
No, the thing is, if they cannot independently verify that that was actually said by who you say said it, you understand why they can't
arresting me, let me tell you, the whole decoy is all about people try to arrest me, and if I resist, they will shoot me. They say, shoot at sight. Shoot at sight, Princess Anna Gomez and the ward chairman, and that's why the man is on the run.
Well, we hope it never gets to that.
Yes.
And we certainly wish you all the best as you contest in this polls.
Right. Yes, I will.
And we'll look to it. Is there any date for the judgment yet?
Well, the case is coming up on the 7th.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. We do thank you for coming on.
I will be back.
All the best.
When I win.
Okay. All right. There you go.